We got the media team in here. We're the media
We're the
team.
media team. We got content. TV's in the go. We got TV in the go, Wack.
You looking for that fire Clubhouse content? Well, you need to subscribe to the homie. Hey, yo, Clubhouse TV. Let's get to the content.
That's a good one.
Check it out. We got Wack 100 pulling up on Clubhouse and Clout Monsters for an exclusive 21 question interview. So want to thank Wack 100, the whole 100 side, Clout Monsters. Run the content.
In the block.
So let's get this going. We got 21 questions with Wack 100. Y'all ready?
Hell yeah.
Ready. All right, Empress. So I just have to give you flowers where flowers is due because, you know, this was your idea. So you have to kick off the first question.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miss Jazz. So let's get into it, Mr. Wack. Are you ready? Okay, so
stay ready.
hell yeah, let's go. Motherfucker 100. Let's get it. Now, for the first question I have for you, okay? You manage some of the biggest names in hip hop. Who do you believe is the most talented artist you ever worked with? Let's go.
That's hard. They all do different shit. Game is the top artist as far as in the studio writing. When it comes to his write, that nigga do 6-7 songs a night, record 300 songs an album. Blueface is creative and probably the most multi because he box, nigga do TV, do music, you know, and he his own boss. But then Ray J probably get the top entrepreneur. So you know, all them niggas is different and strong in their own way. None of them the same. None of them are one dimensional. So I couldn't just say this one because they all do different shit.
Oh, we love that answer, Mr. Wack. We love that answer. Thank you. Let me get on to one more question. I'm gonna pass the mic right to Ms. Jazz. So you've been open up about your past. Do you feel that your experiences have shaped you into the person you are today? If so, in which way?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was talking about that the other day. You know, if I could avoid going to jail and the time and I did, and I think everything happened for a reason. Just keeping it real. Like the time I went to prison, every time I went to jail was like teaching me something and keeping me away from something and redirecting me. And it seemed to me like jail, then the prison. I'm like, damn, is this gonna be it? But the time I spent in prison kind of opened my eyes up and made me realize that this ain't where you want to be, because if you're in there with it's like being in prison is like being on Skid Row. So if you're on the street that don't live on Skid Row, when you get in the penitentiary, it'll stress you out that you forced to be on Skid Row. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it made me make those changes. You know what I mean? When it came down to gang banging and what I'm gonna do, what I'm not gonna continue doing, and what my change is gonna be. So, you know, everything that happened led me to where I'm at now. You know, if I wouldn't have went to prison shit, you know, I might have would have took another turn. I mean, I might not would have led to the entertainment business, or I might have came into it a little too early and I would have got myself into something. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I wouldn't change nothing. You know, things that happen, it happened for a reason. I wouldn't change nothing about it. The children, my kid's mother, I wouldn't change nothing. I got 2 healthy, handsome, and beautiful kids. It's not on drugs. I got 1 college grad, the other one on her 3rd year college. I wouldn't change a thing. You know what I mean? Even that led me to where I'm at today. No, I wouldn't change nothing. You know, sometimes you got to go through it to get to it. So no, I wouldn't change nothing.
That's a fact, Mr. Lake. Thank you so much. Miss Jazz, you ready for some questions real quick?
I am. I am. What's good, Wack?
What up? What up? What up?
So I'm not gonna beat around the bush with you. So you a little controversial and stuff, right? Right. So
Who, me?
what is your? Yeah, yeah. You know they like to say a little controversial and stuff,
Oh,
right?
hell no.
So what is your favorite all time controversial moment like involving you, where you feel like you really shook it up?
Man, I didn't do all kind of shit. You know what's crazy? A lot of the shit I do, I didn't do it to be controversial. It just happened.
Right.
My silliest planned one was when I first started out on Instagram and I was picking on Fetty Wap. You know when you put the pictures up, it depending on how you took the picture, it'll look like the opposite. So I was
Yeah.
like, Fatty Wap lying to all y'all, ain't nothing wrong. It's the left eye gone. And on this one, it's the right eye. And I put up the picture of the Mr. Potato Head with all the pieces of his face on the ground. And this when Fetty Wap was hot as a firecracker. Them Fetty Wap trolls back then, I gained about 50,000 followers. But they wore my ass out. That shit, I think that kind of like made people look at me on Instagram. Right? Because you got a lot of big name producers and managers and CEOs that people really don't like. Top Dog.
Right.
People don't really look at Top Dog on Instagram. Everybody know who Top Dog is. Everybody know Top Dog about his business. They know the heights where he's at. But when it comes to his social media, people social media. So I think that's one. Now that's something that I actually planned and did, and I was laughing the whole time about it. My daughter was so fucking irritated by that shit. She was mad. I had fun with everything else. I mean, like the thing with stitches, I think that was a thing that went viral. I didn't know it went viral. I didn't know more was recording. I didn't know it went viral till the next day when they went to transport me from the substation to the Miami-Dade County Jail in the paddy wagon. I heard Charlemagne talk about Donkey the other day, Stitches. Thought he could run with game with Wack 100 there and all this. That's when I knew the world knew about it. I didn't know no in the morning in front of Club Story. So that kind of sparked some shit. You know, I don't know. It's a lot of people don't know it. Never seen it. You know, you get Ray J in here talking, he gives you some history because we didn't been through such. It was probably the Fetty Wap one because that's something I did and planned and rolled out. Bringing 6ix9ine to Clubhouse, I definitely planned that one. I knew what that was gonna do. When I interviewed 6ix9ine, I didn't know it was gonna cause such a stir. I didn't. I didn't know people was gonna be like, "Oh, you're the rat," all that shit. I didn't expect that. I felt like everybody's interviewing him, he's spinning them because people that's interviewing my square people that's not from the streets. So the right person need to interview this dude so he can understand what he ain't and the shit he was doing. So that was my reason for interviewing 6ix9ine. But it went somewhere else to where niggas was coming at me so much about him on this app that I brought him to the app. I remember the whole Sleepers LA was scared straight. I said, look, put Wack 100 bring 6ix9ine to Sleepers in LA. And y'all get away from it. And that's definitely, that's when I think I picked up like 25, 30,000 followers to the house in like 8 days when I did that. So probably those two situations is the most intentional viral things that I've done. Everything else,
Unintentional.
it just happened and then it does what it does.
A little
The
greedy.
Nipsey, I never thought the Nip was gonna do. Believe it or not, people don't want to admit it. um, my viral moments and me saying the things I've said about the musical legend, has kept him a topic of conversation because people attack me with it. You know why? What he said about Nipsey? What he said about Nipsey? Nipsey, who was Nipsey? Wack said what about who? Like most that then got killed. A lot of y'all don't realize Nipsey been gone over 5 years now. But if you go check Google on what the constant conversation about it has been, his brother just spoke out for the first time last week.
It's a fact.
It's been what Wack 100 said. And why did Wack 100 say this? And who is he to say that? So they can say what they want. But I kept his name alive and the conversation going. Good publicity, bad publicity is all better than no publicity. But I didn't know that was gonna do what it did. I was just speaking my truth. I thought people would understand what I was saying, but you know, I don't come from an emotional world.
Right.
I don't come from the world that, yes, I would have saw it that way, but because of this, I don't. It is what it is. My brother, your brother, whatever is what it is. You know, I'm just gonna answer truthfully, and that's what it is. I mean, we all live a life, and we live a life to we leave behind certain aspects of ourselves. So, and that's the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Was who was more lyrical, Biggie or Pac? You know, a nigga could play this song versus this song. You know what I mean? That song was hard, but look at what Biggie was saying, right? And then vice versa. So, you know, the truth is the truth. It ain't there to get emotional about. I understand, you know, why some people do, but it let me know how watered down the streets was, how selective they was with their politics, depending on who had the popularity vote. I had to tell me, hey, Wack, I'm calling you because I said this against you, but I'm telling you right now, everything you say is right, but I'm not gonna say it to the public. Straight up, swear to God. So I get it. That's when I realized it's just a lot of just scared to speak their truth. But everybody ain't built to stand in the gap. Everybody ain't built to deal with that type of scrutiny. You know what I'm saying? On some real, everybody not built for that. Gotta be
Thick skin.
Thick skin. You gotta be mentally strong, cause they gonna come at you with it. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of got this radar thing around me to where I hear it, but just cause I hear it don't mean I absorbed it. It bounces off of me. You know, people be like, yo, Wack, how you deal with this? Deal with what? Well, I don't deal with it. I hear it, but it's just what I'm saying. I respond to the things I want to respond to. And other than that, I ignore this, just want to ignore it. If it's a lie, I'm not going to give it no life. And y'all got to remember this. The only to give a lie life is you responding to it.
That's a fact, Wack.
You know, I've done it. I'd be like, yo, this is what we going to say. Watch this dumb, stupid jump out the window. And they jump out the window, and when wasn't nobody talking about it, now everybody talking about it. You did it, dummy. Y'all watch me. Y'all see certain people saying, watch the nigga Charleston White come on the app. They said, Wack, what you gonna do? Absolutely nothing. What you mean? He's saying this, he's saying that. I said, listen, Charleston White motion slowed down. He needs me to go back and forth with him. That's helping him. So if I give him what he wants and he's coming as an op, then he's winning. That nigga said, man, that nigga ain't gonna say nothing back to me, and left the app. You ain't heard from him since. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I know how to fight my wars. I know what's a war versus what's some bullshit. I don't knock these people. Nigga coming up with a plan on how can I get in the game? How could I get people to recognize me and see me? This nigga name is Huckleberry Finn. Don't nobody know who he is. But if Huckleberry Finn say, yeah, Wax this and this and this, that, and I whoop his ass and I got more money than him and my house is bigger than his If it's just sitting there, right, people gonna look at it, they gonna see my name, they're gonna be like, who is it? But if I turn around and say, Huckleberry Finn, you's a lying bitch, whoop, 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 now they going. So, that's probably the intentional shit, is the unintentional shit, and then some should intentionally just ignore.
Well, I appreciate you for giving us that gem because a lot of people are saying they didn't even know this story from you. So shout out to you for sharing that with us. I do have another question for you. So have you ever thought about writing a book about your life and your experiences? Because I really do feel like you have a story to tell.
Yeah, I wrote a fictional book, and I was kind of like a character when I was in prison called Infiltration. Cause I was, that time, I'm like, nigga, you can't talk about shit. You gonna incriminate yourself and all this, right? And then when the book writers came at me to do a book, right at the same time, the little series that Big U did was my series. I turned it down for 18 months. Cause I was like, I'm not ready to put the camera on my life. Cause I didn't want it to end with music. You know what I'm saying? So, at that time, I just planted the diaper seed, and I was working on it and creating it and developing it. Now I'm ready. But see, look how the universe works. My woman wrote 7 books, so now it's like, okay, do I serve as her feature to her author career? Because whoever write that book gonna get some attention. Believe that. You know what I'm saying? So I just told her maybe about a week ago that when we go to Africa and close all that stuff out, and it's funny, that's what I was doing, all the documents, all the final documents, the registration in Congo as a company and all that, it just got sent to me. So I was on the phone going over those things.
Right.
And then they wanted to start Nigeria now, so I was doing all that. And I was like, once we get on that plane, you can start writing the book. Because by the time we get to now, we full-fledged kicking. So probably this time next year, she should be about 3/4 done with it.
Would you convert it into a series?
Definitely. Well, it's gonna do that anyway. It's gonna do that anyway. And I think I'm gonna write it a little different. I told her I just didn't want her to author it. She got 7 books out, so I feel like I'm obligated to do the things for that body of work that wasn't done, because she didn't know what to do. She knew how to write, she knew how to get out there publish, and she was traveling around at the time on the church market, and she was going to Africa and UK, and they had her as guest speaker. I'm seeing orders like in front of me where they bought 1,000 books at a time, but she didn't have all the rest of this come with, what the Martha Stewart's do and all these top writers, right? So I told her I wanted to author the book, but I wanted to be a different style of book. I can't remember if it was Dean Koontz, one of these ex-convict niggas in here probably gonna remember. Dean Koontz or one of those authors, they would write books to where you read like the first 3-4 chapters, it'll be about one thing. You get to chapter 5, and it's some whole other shit, the start of a whole nother book. 5, 6, 7 will be about that, and then 8, 9 will be back about what you originally was reading about. It'll go back and forth through the whole book, and at the end of the book, both stories somehow came together. So I told her, because she got R&B got an interesting life. She was out here on her own, 15, 16, figuring it out. And, ultimately, my next stage of it, we came together. You know what I mean? As far as how we met on Clubhouse, me bringing her into my line of work, of business, me wanting her to author my book. So I told her, I said, you know what? Let's do it big. Let's go Start with me, phase into you, back to me, phase into you, and let people get interested in both our stories. And by the time we get to the last 5-6 chapters of the book, it's really what it is today anyway. So you'll get my story, but you will get her story as well. And then I could turn around and promote her as an author of this body of work, and then turn around and cross-promote her 7 books that she already authored.
Right. That's a great idea, though. Like a book set, if you will.
Yeah, so, I mean, because you got to remember, listening to her and her adventures that she been through, girl been through some shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting all the way through. You know, we leave off in one of my chapters, you turn the chapter like, oh, let me see what happened. And you talking about her, she's like, oh, we wanted to know what happened. But then you get caught up in what was going on with her, and then 2-3 chapters later, you get back to what you was anticipating reading anyway. So yeah, definitely. We just was talking about that idea 72 hours ago.
Does R&B journal?
I don't know what to be doing over there on that laptop and her phone. I know she done wrote 7 books. I know she didn't help. She didn't wrote help people write kids books and all kind of shit. She just like an independent artist. She didn't have that resource to put it up there. But I watched K-Dot do Section 80, do 20,000 units. He crossed over, went commercial, got his deal with Interscope, dropped the commercial music. When everybody found out about him through that, Section 80 came back and did 5-6 million.
Damn.
That's a fact.
Damn.
And all that's just TDE on the indie. When Section 80 first dropped, did 20,000. That's it. When he went commercial and did all them other songs, when he signed the Interscope, and the fans discovered him through that, they discovered Section 80. Went through the roof. So I think the same thing with her other 7 books. So, you know, as a man, I just feel like if I'm your friend, family, whatever I am to you, and I can position myself to help you and help myself, why not?
Right.
She's an author. Who else would I let author my shit?
Right.
You know
Not some random. Definitely. You got one right there with you.
Got one right
Period.
here with me.
Yeah, so Mr. Wack, I have another question for you if you're ready for the next question. Thank you so much for that answer. It was really remarkable.
Talk to me.
All right, so Mr. Wack, how do you handle criticism and negative feedback? Let us know.
Criticism is always good, especially if it's positive criticism, because it makes you look at yourself and like, okay, he have a point, or I may have went too far, or yeah, I could have did it like that, right? And then the other is like either applies to you or it doesn't. You know, I take it with a grain of salt, but positive criticism, I'm gonna hear it all the time. The negative criticism, you're gonna hear it a lot because people tend to repeat what they heard somebody else say. But again, it doesn't mind me having a bad day because what I had to say, positive or negative, because if it's positive, that's a gain for me. You just helped me better myself, or you didn't open my eyes up to something that I was blind to. So that's a good thing. I'm all for the positive criticism all day long. The other shit, I hear it, but it don't affect me. I've been an underdog all my life. So, you know, when you are used to being an underdog, you don't hear that shit, because I've disappointed so many people because of their negative criticism by killing them with success. What you can't do, what you ain't gonna do. what ain't gonna work, what's got to happen. Then you show them the total opposite. So it's like, with success come enemies. That's just the way of life.
All right, thank you, Mr. Wax. So we're saying with success come enemies. The next question to you is, what is the biggest misconception that people have about Mr. Wax 100? Let's talk.
Probably that I'm a shit starter because I put out more fires than anybody. Like, for real, I hear it all the time. You start, I don't start. You just ask me a question and I answer the mother. I ain't starting. Probably that he's negative. He's a shit starter because I help people and put out more fires than anybody. But they don't talk about that kind of shit. That makes the media. They don't want to talk about the rose petals and the flowers. They want to talk about the dog fight over there in the car accident. That's a little more interesting because some people got hurt. So they'll always talk about a fight, or they'll talk about this or talk about that, but they'll never talk about the other shit. And then the other shit, when I do say it just be like an honest answer. And, I tend to say the shit somebody else thinking, but they just scared to say it. Because they're scared of, the media. They think they're going to lose a friend or something. My friends can tell me, yo, Wack, I think this, that, this move you did didn't make sense. Why did you do that? I wouldn't have did that. It's just a conversation. Y'all didn't watch me let him on the floor. What's up, homie? And I had a conversation. Wack, I think you. Okay, well, usually they talking from a point of view where they know half of what happened. Then you start to fill in the blanks on them, right? And everybody get quiet. I had this conversation with Akademiks either last night, maybe this morning. It might have been last night. He heard the clip of me going back and forth with the Iman dude over there, where Iman saying Akademiks in trouble about this alleged be lied and all this, right? Akademiks called me and said, Wack, I heard the clip. I appreciate you defending me. He said, I wish I told you, but I haven't told anybody because I'm in the middle of the civil suit. I said, what's that? He said, my case got sent to the grand jury. I said, what? He said, yeah. He said, here in New Jersey, the grand jury is a panel of 23. If 12 of the 23 say the case needs to be tried, then they charge you with the criminal act. He said, Wack, my case went to grand jury. Grand jury shot the whole case down. So the only thing I'm facing now is civil court. He said, now the sad part about the civil court is the young lady in question was drunk out of her mind for what I'm seeing, and she's never seen the video. Nobody's seen the video but me and the grand jury, and now the judge. Right? So the crazy part about it is, now the video is going to come out. Her story on what happened in the backyard, who it happened with, none of it lines up with the video. And then he enlightened me on something else. He said, you remember when I was, he said he was going at, who was that he was going at? He was going at the black attorney that was going at Diddy. He said, remember I was going at dude? He said the same dude called me and said, if you don't stop discrediting me and my client on this Diddy case, I'm gonna bring a case against you. Right? Then he enlightened me that Wack, the same attorney that went and found her, is that same attorney. Now, this is the attorney who went and found the ladies who filed the case on TI that just got dismissed. This is the same attorney who represents Little Rod. So he goes, gets all these people and say, hey, let me fight this case. We'll make them settle. I get 33 and a third. You get some money. They're not going to want this shit to go to the blogs, and then I want to spend all the money. So we'll go in and tell them we sold up for $10 million. We'll settle right now for $1 million. So he broke everything down. I don't think the world knows that case has went to grand jury and been shot down. For those of y'all who don't know, once a grand jury denies a case, it cannot be charged again. So, I don't mind it. I deal with it as it comes. It is what it is. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I ain't tripping.
Period. So with my last question, it's been such a pleasure asking you these questions. I'm going to pass it back to Ms. Jazz after. It is, how do you maintain your mental health in such a high pressure industry? I would love to know that.
I'm an impulse thinker. I think best in the storm. I'm not really a critical thinker. I'm not one of them dudes that turn it down. I'm not one of those dudes that sit there and look at a book or read a book and figure it out. I think best on my toes, on my feet. I think best when it's happening, during the fire. So mentally, that's what my mind craves. Anything else, I get bored with it. You put in front of me and say, okay, here goes the facts, read through it, and tell me what to do. I'm not going to want to do it. You throw my ass in that forest and say, all right, the bear over there, the snake over there, the wolf over there, you got the giraffes over there, you got the water over there, here goes some rope, here go this, and it's a fire blazing right now. If that fire don't get put out, you ain't going to get to the other side where you need to get to save the people. At that point in time, it's on. I'm more comfortable in the uncomfortable pocket, meaning this never bring me no stress. You want to stress me out? Tell me, go on your iPhone or send me a Google call instead of Zoom where I can just hit a button and be on there. You send me a Google Now call, I'm stressed out. Ask me for passwords and all this R&B said this now. That shit is me out, but it don't because I let somebody else do it for me. The more difficult and complex and right now, the more of a situation it is, the more comfortable I am. And most people, it's the total opposite, so that'll stress them out. So the street that will ordinarily stress a person out is really my comfort zone.
I love that answer.
Like literally, when I'm on the freeway, I like to kind of revert back to the movie Terminator. Those of y'all my age, y'all remember like Terminator 1 or 2, when the Terminator was driving through the parking lot and you see all these analytics popping up, these numbers, where he might be or where he might be hiding. That's the way my mind works. Like I could be on the freeway and I can see every hole I could slide in and out of and get through. Like I see it as like a map. It's weird, right? When I'm talking to people, like I'm analyzing what you gonna say before you say it, and I've already came with a rebuttal to what you're talking about. So it's just like, that's how my mind works. I'm more comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. You know what I'm saying? So make me, bring me discomfort, I'm more relaxed. You bring me some, gotta sit down and this step, that stresses me out. I pay people to do that shit.
You work better under pressure.
Before Miss Jazz take it, I forgot to ask you
I
this.
work better under pressure.
I forgot to ask you this crazy ass question. So one more, Miss Jazz. One more. I forgot to ask him. I forgot.
Go ahead, girl.
What is your all-time favorite pack out on Clubhouse? Let me know right now. Period.
You mean the pack out that I've heard?
Whether you done it or whether you heard it, what was your all-time favorite in the last 4 years on Clubhouse? Let us know.
Man, ever since crazy ass Paris been coming around, because Paris done said some shit, but I can't pinpoint because Paris packouts be hilarious the way she packs. But you know what? I can't lie. It's when Nurse Nikki packed out Bronx Baby. Like, it's hard to keep up with BEATZ packouts because BEATZ had packed out so many. But that Nurse Nikki Bronx Baby shit, that shit, when she told that lady you had an STD for 9 months and didn't get it treated, and that's why you can't have babies today, but bitch, today is Father's Day. I'm gonna find your husband and give him a baby. And we found out that it was the truth because Bronx Baby started crying, talking about, I shared that with you. You didn't have to this, that, and the other. And I don't know if you know Nurse Nikki. She talks 1,000 miles a minute. She from New York. She popping the New York slang and saying, so that Nurse Nikki one was crazy. The most vicious war we had on Clubhouse with the Somalis when the Hunter side and the trenches came together and Level said top left for that. We kind of put the work in the chat. I didn't know it was a side of app that was more than us. Them LP, they really don't. I learned that they didn't really like black people. I didn't know that. Them niggas, they had a slave auction. They said first up, George Floyd. We're starting the auction, the slave auction at 50 cents. This nigga ain't worth nothing. Yeah, they was on that kind of show. It's gonna be the Nurse Nikki Bronx Baby pack up. But Paris is right there. BEATZ and them niggas ain't. I don't even call them niggas packers. Them niggas is butchers. They didn't butcher so much you can't even. You know.
Crash out.
Yeah. Can't even. Niggas, I don't even. It's just so up out here. Yo, BEATZ did this. Bumpy did this. I'd be like, yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? Because them niggas, they stay bloody with it. But it's a few key moments that was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, I hate to say it. R&B packed Jews ass up. I remember that. I don't know how many of y'all remember that. R&B packed Big Jews up so bad. Big Jews stopped hiding herself and came back. Big Jews and put her PTR up. Y'all remember that? Packed Jews ass up. That was the first time I knew. I said, yeah, she up now. I need her up.
I remember that, Wack.
She packed Big Jews up to tell her the truth.
We didn't know what Jews looked like. We didn't know what
No, we didn't know. I don't know where R&B got it from. And she got the PTR and talking crazy.
Most likely she got it from my Instagram, was hooked up to my bio.
All I know, Jews popped up 2 days later.
Be laughing at this.
Jews popped up 2 days later, changed her name from Jews to Big Jews, and had her real self up, and that was it. Yo, at least it led to
Period.
There you go.
Period.
And they've been cool ever since.
Well, I just want to tell you, Mr. Wack,
that's my nigga
dog. It's been wonderful and my pleasure of interviewing you. I'm gonna give it back to the team. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. So let's go.
Mac, you on top. Every up has its down. Life of a bank don't last long. Get in, get it, get out. The mission is to move forward. To get there means not to know how far to go. Gang bang, gang bang, gang bang, gang bang, gang bang, gang bang.
Salute to Wack 100. Salute to Wack 100. So Wack, as you're making your transition into mogul, in your mogul era, what are your next plans? Like, we know you're going to Africa to, seal this deal with the diaper deal. Like, what's your end goal, if there is one? I know there's never really good to have an end goal, but like, what's the I'm good where I'm at Wack type thing? Like, what's the retirement plan looking like?
There we go. I lost range. You got to repeat yourself.
Sorry, you didn't hear nothing. What is your basically your end goal, like your retirement plan? Like,
I'm chasing generational wealth. I didn't win for. I didn't put it all on the table. So, um, and every transition for me has always been a step up from what I was doing prior to. Shit to the real estate shit to the trucking shit to the music shit. It always kept advancing. Now I'm crossing over into doing business, overseas, doing business with other countries' governments, and I'm back in preschool again, like literally. But with a GED, I built the company and positioned it to where it was attractive to do the business, right? So this next step, I haven't been there before. This is a different place. It's different business partners, different politics, and it's different money. It's really the type of money where you ain't counting no more. It's just what you worth and who you are and what you want to do. I probably won't see the company grow, but in this lifetime, maybe 30% of what it eventually be. My kids will probably be around to see it top out. Like Sam Walton, the dude from Walmart, he had no idea that one store was going to migrate to be the largest store, the number one Fortune 500 company in the world in pretty much every city and state. He had no idea. He didn't live to see it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I figure the next 5 years, that company probably be a multi-billion-dollar company. So, and at that time, shit don't even matter.
sounds like you're ready for Forbes coming up, Wack.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely what I'm chasing. I'm definitely chasing that. And I'm excited about being able to tell the story, and my people tell the story. And people say, well, you running this department, how did you this? Oh, shit, I met Wack on Clubhouse. I use this shit as getting to know people, getting to see who could do what. You got to remember, nothing's better. You don't have a better application than this. I know people work ethics. I know what they do. I can tell you 3-4 people on this floor that run whole divisions and run companies, right? I know they get paid. A few of them will tell you. Wack called me out of nowhere and asked, hey, what they pay, what's your salary? I got all that information. Because if I know you're making 100, I'm going to say, hey, I need you for this. You might have to travel a little bit, but you can work from home overall. And I can up your salary 50%, 70%. With yearly bonuses to do this, that, and other. So, I'm looking forward to being able to say I employed and empowered my state. I hear people say all the time, Wack don't pay y'all. It ain't nobody room running around here doing that. But what I will tell you this is, I play the long game. It's definitely going to pay off. And to a lot of the people on this app, we gave a mental break and we gave a place to go. And I'm going to be real. A lot of motherfuckers don't like what the world has to offer when it comes to friendship. And we gave a safe space where people could get to know each other and just cut a motherfucker off if they want to that quick. Without the person worrying about where they at, knocking on their door or knowing their job. We built the thing over here. And we're going to be scrutinized about it because nobody else has done what we done. Again, with success come enemies. So when we cross that bridge, like when we take that trip, people here, damn, like 50, 60 of them went on a cruise, man, for like 5 days. Hell yeah, they was wilding out. We saw the shit, the footage, and this, that. You know, hey, shit, Wack just hired 40 people off his floor. You know what I'm saying? When that shit started to move, then people understand what it was all about.
Well, I just want to say I appreciate you for answering my questions, Wag. It was a pleasure interviewing you. Now I'm opening the floor up to the rest of the team. Get in there and ask y'all questions. We got Wack 100 with 21 questions. Let's go.
Period.
Who up next?
Yo, I got a question for you, Wack.
Let's do it.
I bumped into you like 9 years ago. You was telling me how you was chasing a certain New Jersey rapper through LA. I haven't heard you talk about that shit on Clubhouse. I've been here the whole 3-4
Oh yeah,
years.
that's the nigga.
Can you tell that story or?
Yeah, that was the boy from the fuck is that little nigga name? Pac's partner. Fuck is the name of that group? The big group from New Jersey.
Trench.
Yeah, that was Trench motherfucking ass. I was at work. I was coming in. I was in my rig actually, and out of nowhere I seen Trench talking crazy. They just sending me shit. I'm like, fuck up with this nigga. So somebody gave me his line, so I called the nigga. He said, well, I'm in LA right now. I said, listen, I'll be home in an hour. I'll be down. I said, they tell me you're going to be at this club, right? I said, I'm going to pull up on you. I'll be there. Come in Dolo. And it was a club over there in Inglewood. And I went live to let the nigga know I was coming. So when I get to the club, they say, Wack, the nigga just left. He said he knew you was coming because everybody been standing outside waiting for you to pull up. I told everybody what I was driving, what I was in, everything, right? So then they said, Wack, we think he went to the W in Hollywood. So I shoot to the W. I let the nigga know. They tell me at the W, I'm on my way to the W. The reason why y'all know this shit, because I was live looking for the nigga. I still had on my jumpsuit, actually, looking for the nigga, right?
I seen you the next day. Your adrenaline was pumping. Like, this shit ain't fake. That shit was real in the motherfucker.
I was still looking for that because somebody told me he was somewhere off in Hollywood on Sunset. So I looked for that nigga all weekend, right? Couldn't catch him. But I ain't hear nothing else from the nigga. The homie Donut from Queen Street called me. He said, Wack, I hollered at the nigga. He really didn't know you like that. We do business. We fuck with him. You know, I be in Jersey. He come out there and fuck with us. So, you know, like, you ain't gonna hear nothing else about it. So I didn't hear nothing else about it, so I let it go. I ain't never ran into the nigga. I think we done been a few places where he might have knew I was there, but I ain't seen the nigga. But he was like on this Tupac shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, look, nigga, I ain't never said nothing wrong or disrespectful about the nigga. We just talk about the story. We talk about Biggie shit. We be in to be like, yo, Biggie done said some more suspect shit, bro. Shit. And we talk about it. I don't know why niggas get sentimental or emotional about shit that we having a discussion about. Brick Wolf from Houston called me today. He said, Wack, you ain't said nothing wrong. I ain't got no problems with you. He said, what I do know is this, Wack. Wasn't nobody paying me no attention and looking at me until you start mentioning my name. Keep mentioning that motherfucker. I ain't tripping because I said it. How I'ma get mad at a nigga? I said it. Right? Everybody like, yo, Wack, nigga, I said it. Wack is only repeating what I said. So, you know, I don't know. I think some of these niggas, believe it or not, be low-key using the situation for clout. Fuck it, I'm gonna say something. Because
Yeah,
I'll be
definitely.
like, nigga, what the fuck that had to do with you? You know, Pac was one of the real, well, if he was real to you, that's great. I tell nigga, Pac one of my favorite rappers, but if we talking about what we talking about, nigga, we gonna talk about it.
Yeah, and this is way before Clubhouse. And this is like, nigga, the Wack that's on Clubhouse is the same Wack that was in person. So that's a big reason why I'm on the 100 side, why I've been on the 100 side this whole time, because Shit ain't fake, my nigga. That's really.
I mean, yo, bro, I'm accessible. I talk to the people. I
Oh
don't
God,
shit.
you didn't know me from a can of paint. Shook my hand. I told you I was paper boy, and it was it. Nigga,
It's never been a fan or somebody that walked up and said, "Wack, can I get a picture?" First thing I say is, "Brother, what's your name?" Motherfuckers all say, "Damn, bro." They don't. They just usually take the picture, or they don't. But man, you really want to know? Ask me my name. What's your name? It's your family. How y'all doing? It's your dad? Yeah. Okay. Great. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I don't. This shit don't get to my head because this ain't nothing to get to your head. You know what I'm saying? It's like if a person recognize you and they know you from something and they're greeting you, nigga, greet them back. Because stop fronting like you wasn't at some point in your life that person. At some point in Eddie Murphy life, in Kendrick Lamar life, in the Game's life, Snoop Dogg's life, Dr. Dre's life, at some point in their life, they walked down the street and did nobody know them but the people that knew them. So now when people see you and greet you because you become something, man, don't act like you better than them people because you was once them people. I'ma still treat you like the motherfucker that only knew me on my block. You know that. When you ran into me, wasn't none of the bullshit. I'ma stop, talk to you. Hey, Wack, what's up?
yeah,
What's up?
real shit. Hey, it actually surprised the fuck out me because the way it happened was, I was like, "Hey, Whack," and then he was like, "I'll be right back in 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes." I'm like, "This nigga ain't coming back." The nigga, you really came back though. That shit was
I told you I was coming back.
for real shit.
Shit, nigga, I told a man I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Like, shit. If I can't, I'm gonna be like, bro, I'm on the move, man. I'm headed over here. Catch me over there. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? I tell a man I'm coming back. Nigga, you know how many times my pops used to tell me he'd be back, and I was sitting at the window waiting, and the nigga never came back.
That's some real shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I always relate shit to shit I've been through. Like, do you want to know? And I disregarded him for that shit. So I don't want a person to look at me the same way, cause I'm doing the same shit.
Yep, that's real. But yep, that's that question answered.
And
Pass
watch
it on
this,
to the
bro.
next.
Watch this though. You never know who a motherfucker gonna become. You see that gesture that you remembered?
I'll never forget the shit.
I've had situations, bro, to where I went in banks to do business. And when people was like, well, it's probably gonna be a 10-day process, and boom, boom, boom. I'm like, okay, no problem. I fill out the shit. And they like, well, hold on. One of our representatives, our manager wanna speak with you. And they bring me in the office. He's like, look, I'm gonna fast track this, usually 10 days. I'm gonna get it done in the next 48 hours. And I'm looking at him like, oh shit, well, what changed? He like, you don't remember me, huh? I said, no. My last name is this. I said, I remember that last name. I'm like, you play football? He like, yeah. He said, you don't remember when remember we had the spirit packs and my mom really couldn't afford it? And not only did you buy me the spirit pack, you went and brought me some brand new cleats because you knew my mom couldn't afford it. I said, yeah, I remember you was the tie. He like, yeah. He said, nah, I'm the manager of the bank. So this the least I can do.
That's
So
some
he
real
grew up.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? So you never know. Yo, bro, if it's in front of me and I can do something about it, I'm going to do what I can do, bro. You never know. You never know what who that person in front of you is going to grow up and become, bro.
It's just I done been around a lot of industry motherfuckers. A lot of motherfuckers don't think like that. What you just said, a lot of niggas in the industry don't think.
And I'm going to be real. A lot of movies I be like, telling y'all, I got a lot of my teachers from that. That I got give credit to Shaka Zulu. I don't know if none of y'all, a lot of y'all didn't watch it, but like J.O. or Bridget or somebody in here, they gonna know the scene I'm talking about. When Shaka was on the move, he was on the move, they was hunting him, he was young, and he come across this tribe, half of them was killed. It was one of them had a spear stuck in him. He pulled the spear out and nursed dude back to health. And he walked him as far as he could, where they had to part ways to go to different directions. And Shaka helped dude, passed him up, and got him well, and they kept moving. And maybe about 8 to 10 summers later, Shaka Zulu was on the move again. The Zulu tribe was trying to kill him. His daddy had gave the order to get him out the way, put the seatbelt on. Put the seatbelt on. Right? They gave the order to kill him. He got on foot, and after about 3 days of them chasing him, they hit him with a spear, surrounded him. They hit him with a spear, and there was some ladies down at a well gathering the water, and they found Shaka Zulu laid out over there. And when they found him, the Zulu tribe had popped up. They said, put that man down, he belonged to us. And one of the guys I was supervising ladies said, this is our territory, we got to see who this man is. He said, he belonged to the Zulus. He leaving with us. He said, nah, he not leaving with y'all. I said, what makes you think he's not? And he waved that motherfucking spear, and a bunch of warriors popped up on the ridge around him. He said, that's the reason. He said, okay, we go back and see your king. Said, our king gonna dictate what happens with this man. They carried him back over there and walked him in there to the king. Shaka walked in with his head bowed out of respect, on his knees. The Zulu people standing behind saying, this is the son of our king, Zulu, whatever. He got charges held against him. He's up to be murdered. He's coming back with us. Then the king spoke. He said, well, let me ask the gentleman what he wants to do. He said, what do you mean what he wants to do? Shaka looked up and caught the voice, and it was the old man that he found stuck with the spear, nursed back to health.
Shit came full circle.
He said, do you want to leave with them, Shaka? He said, no, my king. I would like to stay here with you. He said, well, there it is. Shaka's my guest. You guys got 1 day to get off my land and get out of my territory. You will be killed. You see what I'm saying? You never know. So ever since, like, a lot of shit I watch, certain things stay with me. And that, I was watching that as a kid. I think I started watching Shaka Zulu like maybe 86, 87. So I'm 9, 10 years old. But the crazy part about it is I grasped it. I understood it. And I just been like that.
Hey, big dog, to that point you just made, you right about that Shaka Zulu. They used to show that on TBS every year.
Well, that's what they used to do when I was young. They would show a 5-day thing.
Yeah, they used to show that every year. That Shaka Zulu tribe, they used to show that in the Little Boy King every year. I'll pick it up what you're putting down.
But Wack, we was talking about that the other day when you was talking about Game of Thrones and how Brock ain't see Shaka Zulu to watch that. I had found it and sent it to Brock. I'm gonna drop it in the side chat. I'm on the last 45 minutes. I ain't seen it in so many years. I went and found it and watched it. You talking about the I'm the Soldier with Prince, and he saved his life and made him a general.
Yeah, that's real shit. And it taught you his stupidity at the end. And I couldn't say stupidity because he didn't know. These people show up, showed this nigga some mirrors, turned his gray hair black. He thought these niggas had the fountain of youth. They told him about God and who God was, and God was the king over here in America, and showed him about the guns and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of like taught me to like, don't just jump on it. If it's too good to be true, it might not, it might be.
But he outsmarted them with that Bible though, Wack. When he's like, yeah, Jesus said you could defeat one man, could defeat 1,000. When you got Jesus in your heart, go do that shit. Cause I'm the warrior. Shaka was a cold dude on this movie.
Yeah.
They made us watch that at school.
One body. One thing I learned too, it fucked me up, was he didn't give a fuck when you betrayed him. When his mama betrayed him, it was fuck you. I can't trust you no more, mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember he told his mama to get rid of the lady, and I understood the mama because that was her at the beginning of the series, right? So she kind of like she hid the woman. The baby was born. Shaka found out. So that's a cold movie. Between that shit and Godfather, the movies kind of made me and fucked me up in some ways.
That's a fact.
But his mom, the one that made him like that, because she told him, don't leave another enemy behind. He gonna come back and get you.
That's a fact.
He said, I got to kill this kid the same way I killed my
That,
father. I ain't
yeah,
gonna let this
that's
kid
when they
kill me.
burned down the hut. Remember, he was finna kill her and they stopped him. Her mama stopped him, and he told her mama he'd never leave an enemy behind. Never.
Wack, I got a question for you. If we still doing the questions.
Let's go.
Okay, so I noticed that looking at your stage and looking at the people that you work with Clubhouse, and you have a unique talent of grabbing raw talent and making it big. What is it that you look for?
Effort, and the shy people that show up, because you tend to pull it out of them. A lot of people don't know they got it in them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know they got it in them. So there's a lot of people on my stage that never used to talk. Was in the goo. So I believe if a student shows up, it's on the teacher to figure it out. Everybody ain't gonna learn the same. Everybody ain't gonna be the same. Everybody ain't gonna have the same strength. So if a student show up, it's on you to figure out how to teach them.
I appreciate that. I wanted to ask, what's the best advice you've heard recently? I know you said you on some new.
Best advice I heard recently is not to wear a lace shirt.
That's facts. That's facts. I've got that advice too.
Damn nut.
Hey,
The
yo,
best
wow, bro.
advice. You know what? The best advice I heard recently is, if you don't want to do it, you probably need to do it. And it was my financial advisor telling me about cutting back on certain shit. Why don't you want to cut back on that? Because boom, 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 boom. But it's not going to hurt you, right? Nah. It's really going to help you, right? Yeah. So, okay. So if you don't want to do it in these trying times, you probably need to do it. You know what I'm saying? Now watch this. Let me dumb it down. Let me dumb it down to some of you ladies. Y'all go in there, y'all look around, y'all closet. You like, nah, I like that. I wore that here. Nah, I'm not going to get rid of that. Right? But you ain't wore this shit in ages and it's really in the way. Fellas, you go in your garage and you be like, I need to make some room, get rid of some stuff. But nah, I might need that. But nah, I might need this. But you ain't needed it in 4-5 years. If you don't want to do it, you probably need to do it. Get rid of it. Because now we're talking about the difference between your wants and what you need. Everything you want, you may not necessarily need.
And what that just happened to me today, which is so weird that you're saying that. It happened to me today.
Well, that's
So
why I
like,
gave a.
I got another job. I got an
That's why.
offer for a job.
Yeah, that's why I gave an example for the women and one for the men, because we all do the same shit.
I got an offer for a job, Wack. I'll talk to you about it later, but yeah. Ugh.
Yeah,
Man.
I got a quick question for Wack. Wack, you know,
I
I've been
respect
listening to y'all. I've been you say a lot about getting the properties and getting the land. You've been talking about that for the last 3 years.
Go ahead. What was that? What?
It was Mr. Uptown asking you a question. Your audio is low. Somebody else is talking. You're off mute.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Mr. Uptown. You're better.
All right, the last 2 3 years, I've been hearing you talk about picking up properties here and there and doing stuff. I've been kind of piggybacking at doing kind of the same, right? So, you know, I'll be here. You was talking to other rooms. You was talking about doing the project with the smart homes. I stole that, and then you say you was doing a project with the low income housing and stuff like that. What did you
Little
get?
houses. Well, it
Yeah,
ain't
yeah,
really
yeah.
low income. I just feel like there's a lot of greed going on in the world, and that greed is leading to homelessness. It's like this, bro. If you can make, you might can make $1 million profit off this apartment building, right? Or this community, right? But that's putting a strain on people. So what's wrong with making a $700,000 a month profit, or a $500,000 a month profit, and have it to where things are affordable, and 10 communities at a $500,000 a month? I mean, at some point, bro, it's just greed. You know, once you start to understand what the fuck is going on in the world, either you gonna help fix it, or you gonna contribute to it being fucked up.
That's some real shit.
So I don't want to create a low income home. I want to create a community that's just affordable, bro.
I get the reason why I asked that is because, like I said, I be listening to you when you be saying it, and I remember you had put the play out about if you one of your units or a group of them, if you people pay rent for 11 months, they get the 12th month free. I kind of enacted that, but me on the opposite, I was kind of trying to do luxury housing, but I've been hearing you saying I'm doing low income, moderately starter homes, and I'm like, all right, he's doing it for a reason. So out of the four lots I got, two of them I was doing low income. And to the other day, I just heard what Kamala Harris said, that the crux of her entire program, if she wins, is giving enormous tax breaks and grants to people providing moderately and medium income housing, starter homes, and first time home buyers, that they would give those developers astronomical tax breaks. So my question: did you see that coming, or that was? But you already answered the question.
No,
It
I
was
didn't
just
see
based
none of
on
that
not being
coming.
greedy.
I'm gonna be real. I don't even be keeping up with what be going on with that type of shit. Like, unless y'all bring it to the room and y'all talk about it, that just be my mind. That's just my mind. Like,
Yeah, she said that she put that out there as part of her economic platform. Like any developers developing new
now
homes.
here goes the thing, right? Now let's talk about the common sense of it, right? We've all lived in an apartment or lived in a community or whatever, and you look up and there's usually a 70 to 80% capacity, right? There's usually a 20, 30% vacancy, right? Think about it. When you make something affordable like that and word of mouth gets around, ladies, what happens? You pretty much maintain a 95 to 100% being occupied. So the money you think you losing, right, by dropping the cost, you really not, because that 20, 30% vacancy that you're not filling and occupied, but you occupy, you make up for it there anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, listen, man, if I could make $500,000 a month profit on a fucking whole complex and everybody, I'm making it affordable for people. Where these people is charging these people $3,000 a month, and I'm over here charging them $2,100 a month, right? Or $2,000 a month. Oh man, you taking a hit. Fuck it, man. I take a hit for the kids. I had to live in a Motel 6 for 6 months before when I was a kid. Shit wasn't cool. You know, fuck it. I take a hit. It'll come back to me another way.
Now, can I ask you this? Because see, this is what I be saying. You be on here schooling people, and I don't said this before. You say, see how you be on here giving people the game, and you say you know people on here occupation, what they do, they got
Yeah.
leadership. I
I
don't know
say
about
shit
motherfuckers.
on here, bro, that like him. What you just heard him say? I
Right,
know the shit I'm saying. I'm giving up free game. I don't know who
right.
gonna use it. But
But have you ever did a
shit.
room on that? That's my question, because I'm still fairly new.
I used to do, man, we done did all kind of rooms. Cause at one point in time, I used to be curious about why people dislike me so much, right? So we used to do a room every Sunday, I believe, and that was Richie room, wasn't it? That was Richie room. Every Sunday it was like, who got smoked with Wack? Come on up, ask your questions, right? You know what was crazy?
I think
Nobody would
that
show
was
up.
kitchen room.
And then Rundown. Rundown got pretty big rooms over there. He said, Wack, I don't know if Rundown had Naughty. I don't know who Rundown had approached me. But Rundown said, Wack, everybody always talking crazy about you. I do these rooms on, you know, questions for it just be me and you up there and we invite the people up. I said, all right, cool, I'll come over there. There's about 800-900 people in there. Rundown got mad and aggravated and frustrated because everybody he would pull up, nobody had nothing bad to say. They just had business questions for me or wanted to tell me something I did that helped them. Rundown said, yo, fuck all this, bro. Y'all had me get this man in here and ain't none of y'all got nothing. What the fuck? I said, Rundown, I'm telling you, when I get in front of them, it's different. Half these motherfuckers just be saying shit, bro. You can't just come up here and tell me some shit I did and you know I didn't do it. That's why I don't entertain the lie. Bless you.
So have you ever considered just running the room on the business? How you school the people on the business?
We did that. We had, bro, believe it or not, the 100 side switches up. We had a business room before, it might have been before Messy Mondays. We had a business room before. You know, they want to get back to it, we can get back to it, but we didn't pretty much did everything you could think of on this side. You know, I when I look up and I see our crowd switch, I try to like implement things we did prior to most, like a lot of people weren't around for the game room. It was like a cool down room. But back then it was like shit was crazy. Like that's when I came with the game room, like for an hour. We ain't talking about no topics. Niggas is in there playing games. They put the link up top. Niggas playing dominoes, spades, chess against each other. The music was going. And then I used to do them resets because it used to get crazy. This shit like now. It ain't. This shit used to be kind of dangerous. I would do like three to 5 day resets where ain't no getting into it. And I'm doing it to protect us. Cause it get to a point to where, my nigga, that shit, you don't know what that shit gonna lead to. And 9 times out of 10, after like 3 to 5 days, whatever fires was burning, they didn't went out. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't did just about everything over here. We didn't did that relationship room over there in Love and R&B has grown. I believe that used to be one of our weaker rooms because our side of the app wasn't fucking with that. So that room has grown. How R&B selected Ruby, I don't know, but that was the right choice. So that room's grown.
The talent show room with the poetry and all that. People
All
coming
that
in.
type of shit. We had, yeah, it's a lot of shit. That's why I told Empress to get that game room back together over there with Naughty in them. So
right.
That was a good room. That was like a cool down room, you know what I'm saying? So, but nah, you know, shit. I'm open to whatever. I mean, you know, shit, y'all ain't gotta, y'all gonna switch it up, shit, get with Rosetta. Y'all gotta remember,
Hey,
I
Wack,
don't
you gonna
have
do
to,
your spades tournament? You gonna do a spades tournaments with us?
well, I mean, they would do that
We
in the
gonna play
game room.
spades. It's gonna be a tournament.
It was games and then all kind, they was doing that in the game room. Y'all don't gotta, this floor is to a point to where we got damn near 80 leaders and admins on the main floor. And I don't know if y'all notice what I do. All the leaders and admins run other floors. So I got a lot of students that are now teachers. So I don't have to be the one to make the decisions no more. What I foresaw has happened. Rick can tell you, nigga, 85% of the traffic didn't hit the flow until Wack came in the room.
Right.
So it took me building different characters and putting the light. And some of y'all I fuck with, some of y'all I talk to, some of y'all just keep saying your name, and some of y'all caught on and y'all see your numbers going up. Oh, he's centering me, right? No matter what I'm doing. So now I done built enough of you guys to where you people know who you are. I can come in a room 2 hours in a room and y'all be 200, 300 deep. Right? Because it's so many of y'all with a following, your own little following, collectively it's come together to where Wack's not needed. And that's what I wanted to do. When the last time you heard somebody tell somebody, ain't no traffic over there unless Wack in the room? You ain't heard that in forever.
Right.
At least
No,
2 years.
y'all get busy.
Hell
Y'all get
yeah, it's
busy.
been a
At
long
least 2
time
That's why.
since
years.
That's why
that.
the Love and
Remember they
RV
used to say
room.
that shit?
Hell yeah,
That's why
they
the
used
Love
to
and
say
RV
that
room.
shit.
That's why in
That
the
used to be
relationship
the
room.
narrative for the ops.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they didn't know. I told y'all don't worry about that shit. The fact is, Wack over here, right? Y'all over here with Wack. Don't worry about that. Now you ain't heard it. Guess what? Them rooms that used to say that shit, they non-existent. They ain't even around. This is why it's only gonna be a handful of people that fuck with us. Them people that know they can pull up when they want to, come on the floor and have a conversation, gonna always fuck with us. But them people over there, this what they do. Damn, motherfuckers, man. Look, them motherfuckers. God damn, how long it been, man? Them motherfuckers been open 24 hours, 7 days a week, down there 3 years. Them motherfuckers look at the hallway. God damn, nigga, we got 12 people. There's 300 people over there. And that's a lot of people for the state of the app right now. So based upon that, they're not gonna like us. I didn't had the New York side over there break down. What's the little weirdo we exposed, Reek? The nigga that live in New York. The nigga with the voice. What's that little nigga name? The little bitty
You talk
nigga.
about Sneak.
No, the nigga Reek, you found the pictures of him.
Hey, what's
The
his name?
nigga live in Atlanta, but he from New York. The nigga used to be like this dishonorable acts. That nigga.
Posted. Oh, you talking about unstricken mentality?
Yeah. He
P.
finally
You talking
broke
about
down
P?
and
You talking
straight
about
up
P?
asked me one
P.
day. He asked me one day, said, yo, Wack, what we ain't doing right, bro, to get our shit together. I said, my nigga, it's too many chiefs over here, too many snakes. Y'all ain't gonna never, all y'all wanna be each other. I said, P, you always top left. When the last time you seen me top left in any room? I said, y'all niggas is in competition with one another. It ain't gonna never get right. Whatever you say, dude, the other nigga gonna say fuck him. You gonna get your group of people with you, his group of people with them. You never gonna come together. You never make a fist. You niggas gonna be a 2 or 3 finger fist. The impact of the punch is gonna be minimum. It's not gonna work. Ain't hitting on nothing. Guys will never make a fist.
Right. Right about that. So
Yeah.
I do got a question. So what made you what was the determining factor that's made you say, you know what, I'm gonna be on Clubhouse every day? Because we know about a lot of the business ventures that you tell us about. What was the determining factor where you said, you know what, I'm gonna make an effort to be on here every day? Because most people will say, how does he got all this stuff going on and he on Clubhouse every day? Like, why is he on here every day? Like, you know what I'm saying? What
Well,
was the
see, they got.
determining factor in the beginning where you said, you know what, this is something that I could do every day?
But when I first came on here, I just came on here. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I was figuring it out. And then I started going in these rooms, all these celebrities being there lying. You know, I wasn't going for it. Then I started watching all these niggas would just talk on stage to everybody in the go. I'm like, bro, why they like, yeah, that's some fucked up shit how they doing they fans and shit, right? So I started doing the opposite. You know, shit, I come in there and fuck with the people. I think that's what trips you out, Reek. Like, I come in the motherfucker and just, you know, fuck with the people on some
Right.
regular shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I realized that my knowledge and my presence and my voice was needed to the people who needed to find out, who didn't have a resource. And then from that, it just continued to grow. I realized I can use my presence to enhance the situation. Trolls Nation was 400 deep to the greenhouse.
Hey,
Right? I put in the work in Sleepless. People like Wack. I didn't leave Sleepless. I took Sleepless from what? 6, 7,000 and 40,000. You watched it, Reek. I'm like, okay, that motherfucker on autopilot. All right. Dude kept telling me to come down to his room. I came down to the room, hit the room. I said, yo, what's this nigga right? Who is this nigga Reek? This nigga all right. Nigga got a good delivery, resetting and shit. Like the way he ran the room. I kept coming back. We built that motherfucker to what, 12, 13,000? And we was gonna keep building it. We didn't know the nigga was gonna get weird because we cracked the 100 room open. We didn't know, right? So, when I seen that people had questions and people had shit they wanted to find out, and I could be like accessible to them and help them, I think that's just what kept me coming back.
So how do you balance that? Like, how do you take care of all the other business outside of Clubhouse and still have time to be on Clubhouse?
I don't have a 9-to-5 hands-on job, so like today took me 45 minutes on the conference call to go over the finalized contracts with Nigeria and Congo, and we need this, that. Then it took me another 20 minutes because R&B is now a part of the business. R&B hit such and such. We need this. Send that over. I'll handle this part of it. I got to turn in a schedule for container delivery. We done. Now watch this, Reek. Let's say I wanted this shut down for the rest of the year. That's a $200 million play.
Man.
It's different for me.
Right.
I get a call today, yo, Wack, we trying to book this artist. We got $4.2 million as our budget for 2 dates. We paying you a 10% commission. So I make a phone call, boom, 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 boom. Sit back to details, boom, boom, boom. The phone calls maybe last 20 minutes. Deal close, that's $420,000 my way. It's different for me. My business is conducted on phone calls, text messages, and emails. Very seldom do I have to show up somewhere. Like right now, I just went and picked my kids up from school. The whole time I'm handling this with you. Y'all heard me. Turn that down. Put your seatbelt on. I picked one kid up from one school, brought him home. The other son was at soccer practice. I went and picked him up and just brought him home. The whole time I'm on here handling business with y'all.
Right.
I got on a t-shirt. I got on a great t-shirt and some motherfucking red Adidas sweats and some motherfucking ones. Chilling. Unshaven. But I did all the meetings today, the conference calls today. I did all the shit today, just like that.
Well, see, the Wack that I've worked with, right, and the one that we've seen, you know, coming out with game, you know, getting into with Stitches, you know, popping up to shows, moving around. I done seen you do a lot of physical work. You know what I'm saying? So has that slowed down where you don't have to do those appearances or have to pop out with people? Because I've seen you on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Boots on ground, so not really just posted up all the time.
I gotta go. I gotta hit the ground when I get over. I got Albania. They build casinos. They want me to oversee all the entertainment coming out there. I got Congo. I got Nigeria. We got to build 4 manufacturing facilities, right? So I'm gonna be on the ground. I'm just gonna be on the ground there. Music-wise, Blueface been in jail. Game just getting back to work. So you gotta remember, I'm an entrepreneur, right? I love the business of music, but I love business in general. So when it comes time, I gotta take my meetings and do what I gotta do, then I'm gonna do that. But that's maybe like 25% of the time. The other 75% of the time, it's a phone or email. And then I'm handing off the work to R&B anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like today, Congo closed out. The company got formulated and registered in Congo. It closed out, in Nigeria opened. So it's like, okay, R&B, take this, file this, send this over here for this, that, and other.
Right.
So I passed the clerical. She heard me on the phone. She listens to the calls. I let her listen so she know what's going on. Boom, 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 boom. The negotiations. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, Wack, we need this, that, and other. Okay, bam. As he's telling me what he needs, R&B is listening, and then she's doing that, right? And then it comes together. Got everything. Boom, my checklist done for the day. So it's different. I'm kind of moving more into Reek. Instead of going to the 50th floor, I'm moving into that office in the back of the 50th floor.
Right.
That's, you know what I mean? That's really where I'm kind of moving into. And probably about, this time next year, it's going to be probably a 6 and 6 or a 7 and 5. 6 months, I'm not even on U.S. soil. I'm not even here. You know,
that's smooth.
Yeah, I'm looking to get me a spot in London, and then between Africa and the Middle East and Europe, building over there, right? And with shit happening over here as well, because Walmart is at the table, and Nick Cannon handling that. So it's like, you know, I'm not, that 48 laws of power, I always was weak with one of those laws because I had to be in the physical form, and that's being the common man. See, the common man, you know where he at, you know how he moving, you know where to catch him. But my line of work required that I did that because I was building artists from the ground up. And Rick, you've been around to where if I wouldn't have been there for certain shit, it would have been fucked up.
Right.
So now I'm kind of like, even in my music space, what I'm transitioning to in music, I don't have to be there like that.
That's smooth. If you don't have to physically be right there and, you know, press those buttons and, you know.
Well, the less I have to physically be there, the more business I can do.
Right, because you don't have to physically go to each business thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So I heard you mention R&B's name a few times. What was some of the determining factors where, what was some of the determining factors where you said, or you knew that you could trust her with some of this business stuff that you've mentioned? Because, you know, some of the business that you're talking about is very sensitive stuff that has to be done right, and you got to really trust the person because you know you're giving them a lot of power to be able to do it right and trust that they do it right, and if they do it wrong, it's fucked. So what was the determining factor with R&B where you said, you know what, I'm going to put her in a position to do this? Like, was there some characteristics you seen in her? Is she real business minded? Like, what made you give her for the sake of words, the keys to be able to do a lot of these things for you?
Listening to her on Clubhouse and understanding what she did, what she was doing, and where she took a hit at. So, you know, when COVID hit, everybody should slow down, right? So it was like, okay. I remember asking her, I said, well, who invested into you? She said, what do you mean? I said, who invested into you to get you going on the stuff you was doing? She said, I just built it a little bit at a time, myself. So who helped you open this office of this? Well, I had the office, but when COVID had to shut it down because the business slowed down, this, that, and other. So it was like, she was operating just on a smaller level than me. I'm like, you did any traveling? She said, yeah, I should do book tours. What do you mean book tours? Yeah, I wrote 7 books. So I would go around and speak, and they would buy the books, and, you know, 500 at a time, 1,000 at a time. I've been to Africa, I've been here, I've been there. Here goes some of the routings I've done. And so I'm looking at it, I'm like, she done did a whole lot just with what she knew to do. So what could she do if she's empowered by something and given some guidance on what to do. So my line of work, my business is a little different, but it still required marketing and filing and this, that, and other. So I threw a big task in front of her. I said, yo, I need to get the product up on Amazon. I got 50 steps. I done did 10 of them. I'm going to hand it over to you and let you handle it. Here goes a person you can contact for assistance. I found somebody in Amazon that'll walk you through it. And when I didn't hear nothing back until she told me, Amazon's up. They're ready for the product to ship. At that point, I knew she could handle it.
Right.
But she said, you bring the resources, right? So what she didn't know, she knew to ask. And the person that was telling me, like, yeah, she real easy to work with. She catches on quick. So, it's just like a kid. You could tell a kid, we're only going to teach you this. You can only learn things in the 5th grade. But you take that motherfucking kid and keep putting it in front of him and don't limit him to what he can learn, and you teach him, man, that kid will be in the 5th grade doing motherfucking trigonometry. If you open the floodgates up to him. You know what I'm saying? So she's a sponge. She like a she-me. She just wasn't given the opportunity to do the other things. She was good at doing what she's doing. Right? So now that she didn't help this, I got a list of things that she's been wanting to do. So now I'm going to do the business with her and empower her because she don't want nothing. But I know, okay, this take 50,000, this take 100,000, right? So what I do with her, I draw up the contracts. I'll draw up a fucked up contract. And she'll read it and she'll be like, well, I don't like this, because I remember in the contract you was doing, you pointed out that this is not good. And I remember you made them change this, and that to this, that. So I'm going to redline this, and can this read like this? I do this with me and her, just so I wanted to know.
Right.
Right? So now it's like, she's understanding business. Everything is business. I don't give a fuck who is with, it's business. Make sure it's business. Because don't let me do something and I'm able to step in and if I'm telling you I'm obligating myself to this business you want to do, and it costs 100,000 to do it, and I'm telling you I'm gonna release 50,000, what's stopping me from saying fuck you in the business and not giving you the other 50? She said, well, the contract, I've learned from you the contract. So contract it, you know what I'm saying? Make me obligated to it. Right? You know what I'm saying? Pay a price.
Smart.
Yeah, so it's like she catches on to it, and she was willing to receive the teachings, and she puts in a lot of work on shit I don't do. You know what I mean? I can pass it. I can pass the baton to come back to it and close the shit. And she didn't want to do some shit dealing with some of my business partners. I said, look, this is my business partner, you're hard to deal with. So prepare yourself for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some of these niggas is like, and I put her in that box. And she been handling it. She been handling it.
So this is someone you would have done business with even if it wouldn't became your girl. Like you just seen traits in her before that was even your girl where you could have done business and it could have just stayed on a friendship level.
Yeah, because with me, you gotta remember, I don't come from the dating world, so I don't know how to look for somebody to date. So something grabbed my attention and I'm looking at it like that. So it's like, you can't be my woman if you can't plug into me. You gotta be able to plug, you gotta be able to bring something to the table. You gotta be able to assist me in what I do and have some things that I can assist you in what you do. Right? Like right now, she's sending me shit right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Incredible production line proposal, the files on. This is something that was needed. They told me 2 hours ago this was needed, and the shipment scheduling was needed 2 hours ago. Right? She heard it on the call, and boom, now it's here. And I'm just sending that over, and I think at what time? At 2:23, I sent over the scheduling, something I had to do. At 4:02, she just sent that to me right now. She in there cooking. She in there cooking.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So that's, so, you know what I mean? That's complete, and that's for a whole nother region.
Yeah, no, that's smooth. Y'all heard it, fellas. Like something to be able to plug in with, like, and that's important, you know, because most of the time, you know, men, we looking with our eyes, like, okay, all right, boom, she smooth. Okay, yeah, she
Oh no, I
smokes, she
got
drink
lucky with this
food.
one. I got something I can look at,
Yeah,
something that's smart as a motherfucker,
right,
funny as a
Damn right.
motherfucker, got a sense of humor. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And I got a motherfucker that ain't no punk that I'm scared of a little bit. You know that you need that fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? You know, to keep me right, I gotta be scared of you. You know
And
what I'm
where she
saying?
from, big dog?
I gotta be scared of you. You can't just be a pretty ditzy mother bitch. You finna get hit and I'm gonna call you later.
Right, right.
Straight up.
So, Mr. Wack, we have some questions for the goo that Mr. Kobe and Miss Jazz want to ask you from the goo. If you're ready for that.
Yeah, well,
Okay, so we have a question
we
for
live, motherfuckers!
We live, motherfuckers!
Yo, Reek, did you see
We
that nigga do that
live.
shit on? Reek, did you see when I was trolling that nigga on Demon Time Exotics?
Nah, I ain't see
Reek,
that
go
one yet.
find that. I'm gonna go find that shit last week. I came on there and got nigga. That nigga told me be there at 8 o'clock. So we get on there at 8 o'clock. Me and Star Wolf, we start building. So 8:15, they like, yo, Wack, that nigga Demon Time wasn't, he don't even got y'all live. What? So when he came back on, I get on this bump, yo, weird ass nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? Got us on here, nigga, 8 o'clock. We on
Oh,
here
loose
building.
cannon homie.
Huh?
Loose cannons homie.
Yeah, I'm on this. Listen, I'm on it, Reek. I'm mad because we can't recreate what we just did this last fit. I'm hot. Bitch ass
Hold on,
nigga.
is you really mad or
I'm
you just
mad, nigga.
acting
I
like
was
you
for
mad?
real mad, nigga. You bitch ass nigga. I'm packing him up so bad, he started sending me to the like the hallways, whatever the fuck that stream is. So he started
Right.
sending me to the hallway, right? And the nigga got so emotional, he jumped up, he grabbed the phone, he moving the phone closer to it away from his face. He said, I'm a man. I'm a man. And he kicked everybody out the thing, and it was just him. But he said, we live, motherfucker.
Yeah, that shit was
So
lame.
that's where y'all got that from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We live,
So
motherfucker.
then, when we come back in the room, and we like 5 deep. So we just go straight to normal program, having a conversation. Dude sitting top left, he in the corner, mad as a motherfucker. Cause I said, this conversation don't require you anyway, nigga. You don't know nothing about none of these politics we talking about.
Right.
So you got to go look at that shit. That shit is hilarious.
Yeah, nah, everybody know that, like, sometimes Wack be in that mood where it's like, nigga, that room supposed to start, he want to come in and, like, get right to it. Like,
Bro, the
all that,
nigga
like,
burned up
pussyfooting
15
around.
minutes.
Yeah.
Nigga, we couldn't, Reek, when that shit is authentic and organic, you can't recreate that shit.
Nah, you can't. Hell no, you can't do it. Take two, none of that. It's like just coming natural when you on that stage. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the question they got down there?
All right, Wack. So this question is from AB. She's working right now. So her question is, what is your most significant professional accomplishment to date?
Shit. Man. All of them, because all of them was a stepping stone to the next thing. Blueface was the first artist I was able to just build. And to the point to where he started doing shit that hindered the build. I'm gonna be real. Clubhouse taught me that I can build a team outside of just building a gang. This is the first team I built to where it's massive. And this team, believe it or not, has led to, I don't think y'all understand what this team has led to, right? Akademiks no longer just says whack. He says, I got this content from the hunter side. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all just heard Adam, I think last week, say the hunter side of the trenches. He said it. Cause I keep banging it and banging it and banging it. But this is I think, building and actually being part of the build of this shit. Because how many people have done it? How many people have really done it to where inspire the people to be committed to running this shit? Y'all run this shit. The goo empowers this shit. That goo empowers us. Y'all run this shit. Y'all do the scheduling. We got a crew for everything. Now I may be the visionary. I have a verbal conversation, and I got a team that can take that shit and breathe life into that shit. Y'all watched me about 2 weeks ago when we ran into the problem with Lady Killer getting emotional and fucking with our replays. All right, we ain't doing that. I got now we have a team of 5 that their job is to open the rooms. No, never again will a top left person be opening their own room. Because guess what, Rick? If they get mad and deactivate their account, we lose the replays.
Oh, so y'all got 5 set people that open it. So the people who open it, they're not hosting the rooms. They're just there specifically to open it.
They come in with their own schedule of rooms they gonna open. They come in, they open the room, they pull up that head admin or wherever they is, they drop their stuff. Y'all do what you want. But guess what? If you want to get mad and leave, our replays is protected. Because whoever opened the room controls the replays.
True.
Right? So I came up with the idea. I throw some names out there because I know my floor. They went in the room and figured out how in the fuck they gonna schedule and who the fuck gonna do what. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, this has helped me build my other teams. Even with the incredible diaper shit. It's like, okay, like AB. I don't know if y'all know, AB runs a whole section of a company. Right? Whether it's quality control, whether it's shipping and processing, whatever it is, there's going to be a section of my company that requires that. Now, if I look up and I need to trust somebody out the gate, because we just launching, do I go off this application that these motherfuckers right here might be qualified, but I don't know if this motherfucker's alcoholic or crazy? Or do I say, AB, can you look at this job description? Oh yeah, Wack, I did that like 5 years ago. This is what I do now. Well, AB, I got a salary spot for this. Wack, that pay more than what I make. You can work from home, AB. I might require you to travel time to time. What you think she gonna do? It's a whole lot of y'all on this floor. I know what y'all do. That I know without a benefit of the doubt, I can trust y'all to do it. Straight up. I got a bunch of niggas in here when it come to overseeing shippers and warehouses, guap, beef. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers that understand, okay, look, I need 100 containers to be consistent in the water over here. That's no different than J.O. knowing he need this many yards of cement to be over here. He got to order this shit over here and make sure this shit is over here and make sure the trucks is on time to get over here. Right? It's a bunch of motherfuckers in here. I pay attention to what y'all do. We got some bosses in here. I pay attention to what all y'all do, because when it comes time to plug and play, right? You motherfuckers didn't already put in the application a long time ago. I know you. I know your personality. I know your strengths. I know your weaknesses. I know if you got kids. I know I know everything about you. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all have been in I've been to Alex's house before. Some of y'all no. I got some real grown motherfuckers in here. DVS is a grown motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I got some real people. I got a team in here that I know for sure, right? I know when we kick this shit off, I'm coming straight to my team. I got these spots open. What you want to do? It's real shit. So within building a team, I've showed myself, okay, nigga, I didn't build the gang before. This shit taught me I can build a team. But
No,
I
for
got
sure.
military
That's dope.
motherfuckers. I got military. I got all kind of shit in here. I don't even think y'all pay attention to what's in here.
No, that's dope that you notice people's talents and you put people in like
Everybody.
when they. But you've always been like that. Like if you know somebody do this, that, and the third, they do solar, they do HVAC. Like you got a good memory. So you know what I'm saying. I done heard you tell people like, hey, bro, I got somebody over here in this state. Woo. So yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, everybody. So yeah, so you know that's probably one of that's one of my, because we didn't know where this shit was gonna go. And when I started visualizing it and I started heading that way, I seen it growing. You know, and I had to make some sacrifices. Nigga, the whole app thought I was crazy when I had to let Reek go. But Reek wasn't playing team ball at that time. I think now he done sat back and said, okay, I see what this nigga was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see what he was trying to do. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because this has matured Reek. Because Reek can say, well, I meant what I was saying. I'll never forget that nigga Reek said, Wack, we don't need no other rooms. Just 100 flow. Me and you. Fuck everybody else. I said, nigga, you tripping. Can't do that.
I bet he see the bigger picture now.
No, he see it. And guess what? He doubled back. Right? When the nigga called me, he said, Wack, gotta talk to you. That's when he hit me with this old nomad shit. I forgot we was doing that shit, right? And I told myself, well, for him to use that against me lets me know he see what it is. You know, and Reek is I couldn't sit Reek in no office. Or I couldn't sit Reek. You can't sit him around a bunch of people consistently. They gonna irritate him, but Reek gonna irritate you. That's just Reek. Now Reek's a nigga I can say, hey Reek, check this out. We got Taiwan, Brazil, and we got motherfucking Panama. We got these 3 spots. Look like we can get some major contracts. Here go the schedule. Need you to fly out, go talk to their representatives, take whatever you need to take, what you to present, whatever you need to present. Go down there and lock them contracts down. And Reek out. I tell that nigga, Reek, here go this motherfucking warehouse in motherfucking San Diego. I need you to go oversee and run the warehouse. Half the motherfucking warehouse gonna quit. And he gonna fire the other half. You gotta know your people's strengths and weaknesses. Don't put a fucking lineman in the quarterback position.
Oh, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure is.
Put that nigga on the line. We gonna block for the quarterback.
Right.
I'd like to jump in queue too.
Sure. One more from Mr. Kobe, and then right to you, Miss Queen.
Let's do it.
Kobe.
What's some of the way? Because I know you say you don't smoke, don't drink, or anything like that. You know, you got a lady and all that. But what's some other ways you relax? And some other ways you know what I mean, you decompress? You let shit go.
I work out. Shit. I don't know. Rick can tell you this. I think all day. Like all day, my brain, my mind is only. I don't really sleep. I rest. It's always something to do. But believe it or not, kicking it on here with y'all, like this is relaxing to me. Me giving information and anytime it comes to helping somebody or doing something for somebody is relaxing to me. Even though it may seem like it's work, it's relaxing to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because I get satisfaction out of seeing somebody else smile or seeing something work for somebody. I do a lot of deals and people try to pay me and I don't take it. I just be like, do your thing, bro. Go get that to your kids. Just pick up the phone when I call. That's my famous phrase. Is it not? Pick the phone up when I call. That's it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Pick the phone up when I call. So, if I look up and Bisha ping me, I come in there. She got a question or somebody in here. It may be a motherfucker feel like they can't get to me, so they go to Bisha room and Bisha, we want to holler at Wack. So the fact that Bisha can ping me and then I'll come in and Bisha be like, dude, got a question for you, right? That helped him. And that also positioned Bisha to where now they know, okay, if I need to get to Wack, I can holler at Bisha. It may be a business deal next time. You know what I'm saying? Now Bisha in the middle of the business, right? So, I like showing up for the people, man. I start showing up to help the people. You know what I'm saying? Like I whisper in your ear and go to the back of the bus. I ain't tripping. As long as it helped you, I'm not.
Right. So I think one of the questions from the goo, they're asking what they do about media networks stealing intellectual property. Making laws and money off of it and shit, and not paying you.
Well, I always looked at that like I've never even shut down my ops from if it's helping them, maybe it's helping their family. So fuck it. Fuck it. Maybe it's helping them pay their rent, our media team now. They'll tell you before I even knew who they was. I wasn't fucking with them. I wasn't tripping. Them niggas will tell you. Like, shit, if it's helping them help their family or help their household, fuck it. There's another way of giving back.
Equal opportunist type thing. Like, hey, you doing something for me.
I'm not even tripping. If because at the end of the day, what you put into the universe gonna come back. So, your blessings come back however they come back. But if you record me and you putting that up and you doing that and that's helping you pay a car note or have your rent or mortgage, and that child able to have a roof over their head or way to school, fuck it. I take that robbery. Y'all got that. I keep getting it how I get it. I ain't tripping.
That's hard.
Period. Okay, so hey y'all, my name is Tink, but Wack, just us seeing the positive and successful lineage with you and your artists. Are there any artists as of now who have caught your eye? And if you answered this question, I apologize, but I just stepped in. And if they did, do you mind sharing those artists with us?
Zoe Osama.
Okay.
He out of South Central, 8-9 East Coast. He's independent. I've been watching his grind. People underestimate him, but I believe he's gonna be a big thing. Who else? I talked to Brick Wolf today. Brick Wolf understands the game. He gets it. He called me, said, yo, Wack, man, just salute, bro. They wasn't talking about me till you mentioned my name. All kind of people talking about me. They got deals on the table. Man, I appreciate it. These motherfuckers calling me talking about beef with Wack. Beef with Wack. Nigga, Wack got me looking like the beef. What the fuck are you talking about, man? This nigga voice is powerful, y'all. You know what I mean? So it's like, um, see who else I've been seeing out there. That's doing some. If you out here doing way too much shit, and I feel like your ass finna get dead, you finna be unalive or
Right.
in jail. I don't even give a fuck about what your talents are because you ain't balanced it yet.
Right.
I still think True Car, he gotta weigh in. That little dude, Bang brought me here. I was listening to his music the other day, didn't realize it. The one time Cash Money, he got some potential. But I'm gonna be real. I think the real talent right now, the new up and coming artists, are the podcasters.
The
Niggas like Flacco.
streamers.
Niggas like Flacco. You know what I'm saying? And cats like that. That's that's doing their thing. I believe if Lefty Gunplay um snaps out of it and goes into being an artist and kind of pulls back from thinking he got something to prove to the streets, I think he can go. But if he stay like doing what he doing, he gonna run into a brick wall. But I think he can go. People like him. He funny. He got antics. People like to watch him talk. Um, you know, he got some good music. So I think he got a shot too. I think he got a shot.
Okay, so I have two more questions. They're not open-ended responses or anything like that, but I do know that you did say that you're kind of refraining from signing on female artists. Has anything recently kind of made you reconsider that, or are you still kind of in that same?
That's just that's just because I understand the business of music right now.
Mm-hmm.
That shit down 40-50%. So it's kind of like, I hate to say it, it's like a bad investment. So now I'm kind of like, I'm gonna lend you my plugs and like that. Far as me, like how I used to be, Reek used to watch me. Just go put up 500,000. We're gonna break a nigga. That ain't a good
Right.
investment right now. That's not a good investment right now. That shit is. I mean, we seeing it. We seeing very talented artists. First week numbers is,
A
you
little
know,
off. Yeah,
yeah,
especially with the Ice
you know,
Spice numbers, the
yeah,
Sexy
they
Red
didn't, yeah.
numbers.
Nigga, you
Yeah,
just
they
spent 2,
didn't.
3, 4 million
Yeah,
on the motherfucker. Motherfucker come at
right.
28,000. Shit,
That's not.
y'all not
That's
finna
not
have me
shit.
over there. Y'all not finna have me and Toot over there looking at that Brinks truck.
Right. And then this is my last question because I do want to open it up to the floor again. But as far as sorry, I have a brain fart. Okay, so just to tie back to what you said for the last response, right? I know that you're heavy into the podcasting with the No Jumper, Cam Capone, DJ Vlad, etc., so forth and so on. So
Well,
everybody wants to
I'm
know
really not
when
heavy into it.
is
I'm really not heavy into it because I go every week. I think the shit I do on No Jumper is just so impactful. The shit
yes, it
rides
is, and
so
that's
long.
yeah.
Cause I only go, you gotta remember, Brick Baby them up there all day, every day. I go once a week. That's it. That was my first time doing Cam Capone. He like, Wack, you ain't been up
Really
here.
good interview too, by the way.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I use that shit to bring that shit back over here. Um, but
But I think we all kind of want to know, and maybe you and Reed could kind of answer this question. When are y'all going to fire back up the 100 ENT Show podcast? When can we expect something like that to come back?
we didn't did a lot of the R&B and did a lot of work we got for what I want to do. I just gotta like sit down and want to do it. Um,
Heard.
we got like damn near 1,000 submissions and shit from independent artists and shit like that. The room been restructured, redone up in there. You know what I mean? I gotta sit down and want to do it. If I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be in the next month. Like if I ain't did it by October 1st, I ain't gonna do it. If I'm gonna do it, it'll be within the next month. I just gotta want to do it.
Okay, so this is something that we kind of just got to keep our eyes peeled back for this, and we
Yeah,
definitely
because
look
remember,
forward
we
to it.
still got the method. Remember, we know how to
Yeah.
have Clubhouse Live in there. What is all that shit?
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for answering my questions.
I don't know if few of y'all might have set in or something though, but we had it set up to where y'all was live in there with us in the podcast.
Yeah, when tying it in.
Yeah,
That
set
was
up.
which was
I had it
which
wired
was
like
a
this.
good idea.
Uh, yeah, his face still up in there. I ain't whacked the face out yet. He's still in
Oh man, salute.
Well, thank you for taking the time to answer my questions. I'm
Hey,
going to
hey,
return it back to the moderators. Thank you.
hey, honestly, how many people done told you to whack the face out, whack? I know you ain't gonna lie, man. How many people actually said, man, when you gonna take this nigga face off the wall? I know somebody.
Nobody said that, man. This shit smell good, motherfucker. You got me hungry as a motherfucker. What you doing? What you doing to me? Baked beans?
So
Baked beans.
What is that
thank
in
you.
there?
That's the root for the yeah.
Oh, some yams, some beans. All right. Shit.
Hey, yeah, I'm finna get off, but hey, man, salute to whack. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Mr.
Like
Reed.
I
Thank
always,
you so much. Thank
yeah, like
you.
I
Salute,
always tell
Reed.
people, man, whack. You
You
know,
had to join the monster.
he definitely put me in position. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people like, man, Wack brought me into the industry. You know what I'm saying? I was on this motherfucker doing graphics and you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out the app and create rooms
PTRs.
about street shit and all that. Like, yeah, that was my way. I was, you know what I'm saying, trying to create some titles and shit. You know what I'm saying, with trolls and you know what I'm saying. Wack, he brought me into the industry, man. He showed me a lot of the shit, and you know what I'm saying. He got this side rocking with the help of y'all, and since I've been in here, man, certain names like AB, great voice. You know what I'm saying. AB is probably someone that I would say if I had a female type version of somebody that carries the room to my standard, I would get that to AB. Tink did a great room about the Outpost shit that I actually listen to replays. I don't even listen to replays. I watched the whole replay. Shout out to Tink. Jazz, also a great speaker, great personality. So shout out to the 100 side. You know what I'm saying? Wack, you already know. Appreciate you, man. I'm
So,
finna make
Mr.
some
Reek,
moves though.
Mr. Reek, when can we get you back for an interview with the monsters? Let us know.
Oh man, anytime. You know what I'm saying? Just somebody just hit me.
Period.
You gotta
Period.
be,
Let's go.
you
Salute,
gonna have
Reed.
all kind of niggas from all sides of the
Yeah,
app
hit us up.
popping up into the week.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
with
You
So
already
Empress.
let's
know.
Empress working. That's what's up. Empress good shit.
period. Let's get it. Let's get
You
it.
gotta make sure
Shout out
Big Chuck in
Empress.
here. You gotta make sure Chuck in here to ask Reek some questions. That shit's gonna be
We in
hilarious.
the studio with the Clout Monsters. Let's go. Now, to shout out to the whole 100 stage. The stage is open for y'all to ask Mr. White questions. There's no specific order. After Miss Jazz let us know what order she's going in after that. Completely open. Let's.
So we have Nino who has a question for you, Wack, and then we have Naughty. And again, shout out to you, Wack, for doing this. You're super.
Hell yeah. Unc, what up, man? How you feeling?
I'm good. What's the word?
Man, wanted to ask you, man. Look, growing up in Pacoima, what are some of the things you went through that got you prepared for the things that you went through in industry?
Man, I think it was a mixture of all the streets and doing time and prison, the counselors. I remember this counselor named Mr. Douglas in Camp Miller, probably like 89 and 90. And they sent me in there to do the aptitude test, right? And I took the aptitude test, and dude pulled me down there. He said, "Hey, what are you doing in jail?" I said, "What you mean?" Shit, I got a gun case. And he looked at my grade, looked at my aptitude test and where I was testing at. And that dude told me some shit that sticks with me today. He said, "The mind is a terrible thing to waste." He said, "Now going back up there to the dorm where you can waste your mind." And I never forgot that. So it was like every time I ended up in a situation, I would hear his voice. in and out, back and forth. The streets taught me how to hustle, but not really taught me how to hustle, it forced me to hustle. But it was like, it instilled that don't give up. Because if you give up, nigga, you gonna be that dope fiend that bum over there. Long as you wake, you alive with life, go for it. You may fall short today, but then you may have a more of a gain tomorrow. Just don't give up. And always be your own man, bro. No matter what. It's easy for me to do that, but it's a hard thing to do. Because the politics is doing it. You know what I'm saying? You may not have 100 niggas with you, but you'll have 10 good men. That's all it takes. Always be your own man. That's probably the be your own man, because I've always was the underdog. Pacoima ain't Compton. Pacoima ain't Inglewood or Watts. So coming into a situation, I wanted to be the strongest nigga on the yard, the biggest nigga on the yard. I wanted to be smart. I wanted to be the nigga that had it, that know how to hustle the yard, right? Where you from? Pacoima. Where? Pacoima. Right? Because we was the underdogs. We wasn't the household name of the streets. So, you know, being the underdog always was fuel for me. You know what I mean? And, you know, you run into them cats that and did it with your homeboys, so you don't get no blowback from them. But even now, I love hearing it. Brick Baby used to do it all the time. That nigga from Pacoima, he ain't from here, he ain't from there. But that nigga bigger than you. So what that say about you? What we talking about? Right? So it was like, it taught me being an underdog don't mean you can't get to the finish line first. It's real shit, because when you're dealing with the world, one thing Pacoima being from Pacoima taught me is you ain't gonna get there just dealing with Pacoima. You got to deal with every place, everywhere, everybody. I got a big neighborhood, but it ain't bigger than those big neighborhoods. So I may have A through P, Q through Z. I had to venture out and go find it. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? It taught me how to navigate here, and there. Now I got resources here, and there, versus a nigga that's trapped internally and everything he doing there. And the minute that breakdown, burn down, or gets motherfucking indicted, it's over with. It's hard to shut me down, bro, because I deal with so many different people. Because I was forced to. Because the resources I needed to do what I needed to do wasn't all in Pacoima. So it taught me how to operate as an underdog. You know, when the nigga had to work harder, work smarter. Because it ain't about where you from, it's about where you at. And if any of you niggas I grew up with is still in your neighborhood, I'll ran your motherfucking ass, because I ain't. Where you at? And I'm still climbing. You know, I'm back to square one with a new business venture that I'll be able to bring back and teach y'all how to do this, how to do that. I learned about Elon Musk gave me the factoring game. You paying for your own shipments? Yeah, why? Yeah, call these companies, show them your contracts, and they'll front you the money. Give them a 2-3% kickback. Keep your money in your pocket. Oh, did I say Elon Musk? That's a Pacoima nigga, right? That didn't come from nowhere. That came from, you see the difference?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see.
You see the difference? Right? So it's like, ain't about where you from, it's about where you at.
That's major, man. It's major.
Hey, Wack, how you feel about all the hoods uniting in LA? A lot of the hoods.
That hasn't happened. When did that happen? And I
I
keep
just
telling
I
y'all
just
by
watched
the time.
Isola and YG and all them. And gang, they all walk down. What was that?
That's
Rosecrans.
just homies, but that's two neighborhoods that niggas been working on that for the last 5 years. The people really responsible for that, you didn't see those people. Those was just the rappers. You know what I'm saying? And that's not all the hoods. That's war between two neighborhoods.
That was
That's
a
not all the
32-year
hoods.
beef that got
Yeah,
squashed. Something y'all don't know
yeah,
nothing about.
yeah. Niggas been working on that real hard for the last 5-6 years. Like it then got squashed and went up, squashed, went up. So the people that really been really part of that was getting worked on before them niggas was rapping. So when y'all say YG and Game, yes, they're doing their part. Game is from Cedar Block. The two neighborhoods that's killing the beef is Fruitown and Treetops, right? So that's just Paru unity. That was a bunch of Parus from everywhere saying like, we stand with y'all. Let that shit go. So it was a great look. The Game did what he's supposed to do. The homie Fraud Dog, I seen him down there. Seen a few homies down there. Jay West Side. Um, but let's not get it mistaken. The politics of that wasn't fixed by that. Their voice, their name, social media sees it. It was a great look for the overall people in the surrounding areas to see that they own some positive shit. But that could never fix that, nigga. That's penitentiary. That's niggas that been down 25, 30. That's G homies on the street. That's those conversations. Don Juan and Lil John and, G homies like that. You know what I'm saying? Zap. You know what I'm saying? Like coming together and been working on that shit for a long, long, long time. Cause once upon a time, those two neighborhoods was damn near one. So when you say all the gangs, my nigga, I don't think you understand. We got 88 cities in LA County. And I tell a lot of y'all from out of town, you niggas don't even understand the magnitude. When you say all the gangs, nigga, them is power rules. That ain't got nothing to do with the neighborhood Crip card or the Compton Crip card or the Bounty Hunter card or the Family card or the East Coast card or the Rolling card. Like this shit, the UG card, the Brim card, this shit go on and on. Like y'all niggas' minds can't even fathom the shit that we understand like is ABC. So like when you said all the gangs, niggas looking at you crazy as a motherfucker. Fuck you talking about? That's just Fruitown and Treetop. That's two Paru sets in Compton.
No, it came out wrong. I meant to say the two blood gangs. But don't you think it's a good
And
start
again,
for
see, you just did it again. You did it again. They from the blood family, them two Paru sets. See, this what I mean. I might be telling y'all niggas from out of town, like, a lot of shit y'all got like kick back on, because y'all niggas be sounding crazy to us. We part of that blood tree, but them two Paru sets. That sets is Treetop Paru, Fruitown Paru. That's Compton. They gonna tell you Bompton. So that's internally there for that city and those tribes. My neighborhood is a branch of Paru and a branch of Compton. All Paru. If you got Paru coming out your motherfucking mouth, I don't give a fuck where you at. San Diego, Sacramento, Watts, Inglewood, I don't give a fuck where you at. It comes from Compton. Paru Street is in one city. And if you don't want to salute that, then keep Paru out your mouth.
Let's go, Miss Naughty.
Hey, Wack 100. This is Naughty Nerd. I wanted to ask
I
you a
had a
question.
kid. I had a Ken doll in a Tonka pickup truck. I had a kid, all right? It was a black kid, and I put him in the Tonka pickup truck. I'm just fucking with you, Naughty. Go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to ask you a question. Due to you being multifaceted in conducting business, what made you be so diverse in doing business with different people?
Because I understood what America was. and America is just that diverse. Okay, all right. You want to buy the land? Okay, the land is owned by, a white guy. Okay, you want to build a liquor store, or you want to build a apartment building? Okay, the best labor to get is by the Hispanics. Okay, you need roofing and concrete and this. All right, we got an Asian company over here that got great rates. All right, you need to put the internal shit in here. You need to order the sheets and the blankets and the pillows. Okay, well, let's reach to China and buy the soap and everything we need for this. So I understand, like, I never got caught up into Black America. I understood what Black America was, and I understood what will motivate and what will push Black America to become competitive Americans. So my mind has always been work with everybody, because it's some Asians, it's some Hispanic, it's Blacks, it's a lot of different people born right here on U.S. soil. And guess what? When your ass is born on U.S. soil, you take your ass to that United States elementary, junior high, and high school, and you play that U.S. football, basketball, swimming, or soccer, or baseball. Guess what that make you? A motherfucking United States citizen. You may not look like me, but goddamn it, we from the same country. But guess what? Your people and your roots may be the plug to that, and your people and your roots may be the plug to this. So I understood, in order to win, you got to deal with everybody.
Shout outs to you, because you are, I appreciate you and the things that you have done for me. I do have to ask you two more questions. So my second question is, what are some things, so I know you mentioned these names a lot since I've known you. What are some things that you learned from the game, Nick Cannon and Floyd Mayweather?
The game don't give a fuck about nobody's opinion. Game don't give a fuck. Floyd Mayweather, how to smile in situations that might make you frown. That nigga Floyd, I done seen him in middle of business situations. I'm like looking at him like, bro, I know you ain't going for that. Oh, I'm going for it. A month later, Wack. Actually, I got some of the text messages on my shit. Wack, check your text. What's that? See that 300 million? I went for it. Now I'm gonna take that and do the deal with you so I can empower you. So he taught me how to not take nothing personal. Game taught me how not to give a fuck about what nobody got to say. Nick is Mr. American. Deal with everybody. Nick. It's a lot of shit Nick is involved in and over that y'all would not have any idea. Nick deals with everybody. So you got to don't give a fuck. Go for what you know. Fuck what the masters say coming from game. You got Floyd that's going to teach you. Smile even when they trying to make you frown, because you got to keep the eye on your prize, on what you trying to do. And Nick is the epitome of find something good in the situation, regardless of whatever the fuck is rubbing you the wrong way, and deal with everybody. Open the door up to everybody. You never know what they can offer.
Hey, having Nick on here would be dope.
I'll bring him on here. I'll get him lined up.
Yeah, that'd be.
And my last question, speaking on Nick Cannon. All right. Do you have any advice for young entrepreneurs that's trying to start off with their own business due to you doing incredible diapers?
Yeah, get a team around you. Know what you know how to do. Keep it real with yourself and the things you don't know how to do. And get a team around you that can help you. And don't be scared to make them part of the business. You know what I mean? You get more out of them. If I tell somebody, all right, look, bro, I need you to do this. What would you charge me to make that happen? Come up with the marketing plan for me, this, that, and other. Whack 10,000. Okay, cool. Tell you what, bro. I got 5,000 for you, and I got 2% of the business overall. What? Yeah, I'm gonna give you 2% of the business overall, but you gotta cover the marketing end of it. What I'm gonna get out of him for that quick 10 ain't shit about what I'm gonna get out of him for that 5,000 and that 2%. Cause he know the bigger he make this business, the more money his 2% is worth.
All in the numbers.
Don't be scared to make a motherfucker obligated to the situation, cause you want to keep it all. 100% of nothing is nothing.
Okay. Oh, and one more thing. One more thing. Okay. One more person. What is the best thing you learned from Ray J?
Give people a chance. He the one gave me a chance. He gave me my first job in the music industry. My first real job. Straight up. Give people a chance and allow room for error.
Thank you, and that's all.
Hey, Wack, I had a
Hey,
question
why?
for you.
Hey, double. I was my fault.
All right, so I'm gonna make it quick. Wack, so of course you brought together all these people. You've been successful in the business world in many different facets, from the trucks to media, and now to the diapers internationally. Would you, and if you wouldn't, what advice would you give to somebody that wants to start a TV production company? Is that something you ever thought about?
I would tell you to go intern. Go intern with a production company. Know what it entails. Know what it takes. And within that, try to find some partners. Yeah, you gotta, when you fucking with that, you gotta know what comes with that.
Well, Wack, I just want to say to you, thank you so much for participating with the 21 Questions interview with us in Clout Monsters. It was a true pleasure. Salute to you always. And shout out to the team for real. You got any final words for us, Wack?
Who? Oh, yeah. I'm doing this post real quick. Y'all play that, I'm gonna read the post. This ought to be this is some enlightful shit. Cause I keep it real. So I just put a post up on the Honey Show Instagram. It says, at Nipsey Hussle, I've checked the numbers. He's up damn near 5,000% overall when it comes to music and merch. And TV series or movie has yet to drop, which will drive that number up even more. I now call him a musical legend. West up.
There you go.
Clubhouse TV. Clubhouse TV. Clubhouse TV.
So, I hope y'all enjoyed the content. I certainly did. We heard Wack talk about everything from his favorite artists to the people who have criticized him for working with 6ix9ine. As you know, he has received a lot of backlash for collaborating with the known informant. Wack also mentioned that there are many people out there afraid to speak their truth when dealing with certain situations. He spoke about his experiences about Charleston White and explained how he needed Wack to stay relevant, which is why he didn't engage in a public feud with Charleston. Wack says that he plans to write a book in the future after his music career is over because he doesn't want his story to end with music. He also mentioned that he might have his woman write his book since she has already written 7 of them. And he said he also believes that whoever writes his book will receive significant publicity. Wack always wants to help others while simultaneously benefiting himself. He maintains his authenticity as his moniker, Wack 100. While you might not like him, he consistently delivers solid content and stands up for both himself and others. He has significantly influenced and supported many individuals, including myself, on and off Clubhouse. He has provided me with an excellent opportunity to capture and monetize my content. I salute you, my friend, and I appreciate you for allowing us to share your content. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the great content. Join the media team. That's me, Clubhouse TV, Ray Give TV, Clubhouse Shenanigans, and the Ruminati Network. If you have any comments or concerns, if you want to see me add anything to the channel, just send me a message. I will reply and I will acknowledge the message. As always, I certainly appreciate y'all checking out Clubhouse TV. I'll see y'all on the next drop. I'm out, y'all. Peace.